Everyone knows that China is the world's largest and the best manufacturer for all kinds of products. There are millions of people that are doing the business to get a product made in China, imported from China, and resell to other countries. And it's much easier to become a millionaire than working for somebody else. But there are a lot of people worried about to getting product from China and finding the international logistics solution and get a product imported to their country is kind of like too complicated. And finding reliable supplier in China is also sounds not very easy. There are also many people think their business is too small to get products directly from China, so they still prefer to buy from local vendors even though the price is more expensive. But the fact is, no matter what kind of product you want to purchase or how small your business is, even though you just want to buy something for your personal use, you can import from China directly and all by yourself. But of course, for different kind of business mode or for different kind of products, the way and the budget that you need to import from China is quite different. So today I'm going to tell you, are you able to import from China directly and how much money you need to prepare according to your situation. Welcome to watch the Import from China guide video series. I'm Jing, the founder of Jing Sourcing, the leading China sourcing company since 2015, and I'm going to teach you how to import products from China step by step in this series. So make sure you get subscribed. You don't really need to prepare thousands of US dollars to get products from China, and you can just literally to prepare less than 100 US dollars to get started to get a product from China and resell to other people. And that way is by drop shipping. You can just spend $29 per month to build an e-commerce website on Shopify, and now it has 90 days for free trial. If you want to make your e-commerce website looks more legit and trustworthy, you can just spend around 10 US dollars to register a domain with your own brand. And then you can upload any products that you want to get from China to your Shopify store. After that, you can figure out all kinds of ways to bring people to your website to make them purchase your products. If you are not able to get customers to your website, then you can spend maybe $50 to do some tests on Facebook advertisement, or spend $50 to find a small influencer with small amount of followers on social platform like YouTube or Instagram, and let them help you promote your products. If there's people place order, then you can just let the Chinese suppliers on AliExpress to help you send the product directly from China to your customer's hand by the China Post e-package, which is very cheap, but it will take around from 10 to 20 days. No matter you get a product from China to resell to other people or just for your personal use, getting products from AliExpress is the simplest way for the lowest budget. Dropshipping is the simplest, easiest, and cheapest way, not only for getting product from China, but also for startup on e-commerce. You don't need to prepare a lot of money to buy inventory, and you also don't need to take the risk of having too much inventory. However, this kind of way also have a lot of disadvantages, especially when you want to grow your business, because you cannot buy very large quantity for the same product at the same time, and you have to order every single one when your customer place order to you. So you can never get the lowest price when you are ordering directly from the manufacturer, which is 30% or even 50% lower than what you are paying to dropshipping suppliers. In addition, dropshipping is shipped by the China Post e-package to your end customers. And when you convert the shipping cost to each kilogram, it's very expensive, even more expensive than shipping by DHL or FedEx. And it only suitable for shipping small packages, which is less than 2 kilograms. If you can ship products in large quantity by sea freight, you can almost save over than 80% on the shipping cost. Even though dropshipping is kind of e-commerce, but I don't think it's the authentic e-commerce because you don't need to develop products, build brand for your product, and you don't need to do anything about the supply chain management, inventory management, and also don't need to figure out any logistic solutions. But all these aspects are so important to a real e-commerce. And the best example of a formal e-commerce is selling by Amazon FBA. Because most of successful Amazon sellers, they are selling their own private label brand products. And that is, you need to deal with the manufacturer or trading companies in China and buy products from them in large quantity. In this case, you can get product price as low as possible. Because 10% product price differences when you are purchasing in large quantity means a lot of money, especially when you are ordering quantity like 5,000 or even 10,000 units. And only when you are purchasing in large quantity, suppliers can help you customize your own packaging for your own brand products. And this is what dropshipping cannot do. No matter for what kind of products, for most Chinese manufacturers, they will have a minimum order quantity around 1,000 US dollars for one product. For this MOQ, sometimes you can get one product with a couple of different colors mixed. For example, you can pay around 1,000 US dollars to get 2,000 mugs, and the manufacturer will give you maybe 2 or 3 different colors to choose. Even though there are a lot of wholesalers, they only have around maybe a couple hundreds US dollars for MOQ, and you can choose as many colors as possible. But when your business grows very fast, your purchasing quantity increase like 5 or 10 times bigger than before, and probably you are not going to buy from them anymore because their price is expensive. That's why you need to choose a good supplier, a real manufacturer to cooperate with at the very beginning. Let's take the mug example again. This is a very low value but very big size product. So you have to choose the cheapest shipping solution, which is by sea freight shipping. And generally, it's more economic to ship cargoes over than 2 cubic meter if it's shipped by the sea freight. And it takes around 500 US dollars and 35 days to get this product shipped and imported to United States and also delivered to the fulfillment center of Amazon. If you want to ship by air, then it will cost you over than 2,000 US dollars, 7 days to get the product delivered, and you will lost a very big amount of the profit. In conclusion, for this kind of business model, you need to prepare around 2,000 US dollars at least to purchase product from manufacturer in China and ship them by sea freight or air freight. As to how to find reliable suppliers, the most effective way is go to Alibaba.com, and I have made a couple of video tutorial about how to source on Alibaba in my YouTube channel, so you can check them out. And there's also another better way to find the suppliers is to use a China sourcing company, which can help you find the suppliers, follow up the production, help you control the quality, and arrange shipping to Amazon warehouses or your own address. And that's what we are doing since 2015 as a leading China sourcing company in this industry. So if you need our help, you can submit your inquiry by clicking the link in the description area. A lot of people, they will have a dream of develop a brand new product, or maybe they have seen some product in daily life is not very good to use, and they will try to think if they can make some adjustment on the product, that will be very good selling. Just like one of our American client, he think that the general baby bottle is not very easy to use because you always need to shake. It's not convenient. So he designed a new baby bottle which has the self-stirring function, and we help him to find a manufacturer in China to get his idea become massive production. You can find there are a lot of crowdfunding platforms just like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and there are a lot of product ideas, and after collecting the fund, they need to find a manufacturer in China to achieve their product become massive produced. Because China has the best environment for manufacturing, and the working efficiency is very high, the cost is very low, and also it's easy to ship products from China to any corner of the world. So how much money you need to prepare if you want to develop a brand new product in China? Well, it's a very complicated question and it all depends what the product is. Let me give you some ideas. If you want to develop products like apparels, shoes, or bags, most manufacturers, they will accept around $1,000 MOQ for one product because this kind of products are made of fabric and accessories, so workers can finish them just by hand. If the product you want to develop is made of plastic, then you need to think about this idea twice because plastic products are made by this process.
Here's how it works. Material gravity flows into the injection machine's screw, where it is melted by the compressing motion of the screw and then injected into the mold to form the part or parts. The mold is quickly cooled, letting the parts solidify. The mold opens to release the parts, and the mold closes again to repeat the cycle, over and over again. Molding cycles can last anywhere from 1 second for tiny parts, made in tiny molding machines, to minutes for large parts, made in presses the size of a building.
So it means the manufacturer need to help you develop a steel-made mold for your plastic product, which will cost at least $2,000 just for one single plastic part, even though you just want to make a brand new plastic lid for a cup. So if you don't have a budget of $10,000, you'd better to give up any ideas about make plastic products. If you want to learn more about how much money you need to prepare for buying different kind of product from China, you can go to the description area to read one of my blog article, and the title is What is MOQ? If you don't want to develop any new products but just want to get some existing product and make your own brand, own logo on the product, then it's much easier. Just like what I said in the section 2, you only need to prepare around $2,000. You can have your suppliers to help you customize your own packaging and put your logo on the product. It's very simple. Except for the retail by e-commerce, there's still a lot of people are doing traditional trading and they sell products through offline stores, shopping malls, and they get products from local wholesalers. The main reason why they don't buy from China directly is that they cannot purchase very large quantity for each product, which means they cannot reach the MOQ for most manufacturers in China. And they need a lot of different kind of products with various designs, which means they need to deal with a lot of Chinese suppliers, which will also waste them a lot of time. Even it's more expensive to buy from local vendors, but usually they will offer credit, which means you can pay the vendors after you selling. However, the products you can get from local vendors is quite limited, and also you cannot get the newest product or newest designs. If you are able to purchase a product for around $500, then you can definitely to prepare a few thousand or 10 or 20,000 dollars to purchase multiple different kind of products and consolidate them into one shipment to reduce the average shipping cost on each product and get them from China. For importers of this kind of purchasing quantity, it's not very cost effective for them to come to China to purchase, and it's more suitable for them to finish the purchasing online. So if you don't want to spend that much money to find a supplier in China, no matter it's online or coming to China, or you don't want to find a logistic company, then the best way is still to find a reliable China sourcing company to let them help you finish the purchasing, quality inspection, and arrange the shipment. Except for getting products from China to resell, of course you can get products for your personal use or for your company's use, as long as the total cost is much lower than what you are paying for buying from local. And of course, you will have more product options if you can purchase directly from China. The most worthy thing to get from China to your house use are those products with very big size, especially for building materials like tiles or furnitures or products for the bathrooms. Because most of these products are made in China, and most retailers or wholesalers are also mainly getting this kind of product from China and keep the inventory in their warehouse. This kind of products have very big size, so they have to sell the product's price very expensive in order to pay their high cost on labor and warehousing. Also, because of the big size, you can ship products by sea freight very easy and very cheap. Even though it's shipped by the less than container load, your shipping cost is still won't more expensive than those big importers who ship by full container load. By doing this, it's easy to save over than 50% cost than you buying from local vendors. If you have a new house, need to renovate or need to buy new bathrooms or furnitures, you can think about getting these products from China. And it's the same if you want to open new restaurants or open new hotels. In this kind of situation, I don't recommend you to find suppliers and import these products online, because you cannot see those products through your eye and you cannot also touch those products. And you'd better to come to China to find suppliers for these products. As to furnitures, decoration materials or building materials, you'd better go to the city Guangzhou or the city Foshan, which is also next to Guangzhou, and you can visit wholesale markets there to find good suppliers. In addition, if you are working in schools and you need to help the school to purchase stationery, office products, or other products for the students or teachers, I also don't recommend you to do the purchasing on Alibaba, because you need to waste tons of time to deal with tens of hundreds of suppliers at the same time. And I recommend you to come to Yiwu, China, where is the world's largest wholesale market is located in. And it's very easy to find all kinds of daily use consumer products in this market. When you come to Yiwu, you can also visit us, because our office is just in front of this wholesale market. Thank you for watching this video, and I guess you probably have your own answer about can you import from China and do you have the enough budget to import from China? If your answer is yes, then please watch my next tutorial video of this series. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and get subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.